Today we're looking at the top 10 most expensive fish in the world. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Hello, Aluxers. Thanks for joining us as we submerge ourselves into a world of underwater luxury. Many fish are extraordinarily beautiful, while others represent the finest quality in seafood and cuisine. Some are just downright ugly. This list contains the top 10 most expensive fish ever purchased. Some have been purchased as pets, while others have been used to make some of the most expensive sushi on the planet. The world of expensive fish is a surprisingly large one, with many celebrities having a deep appreciation of their scaly friends. In fact, Madonna reportedly has an aquarium in her home worth upwards of $4 million, just the aquarium. Usher loves his fish so much he doesn't want to be without them wherever he goes, so he has a custom-built fish tank in the trunk of his car. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at Alux. So, without any more deliberation, let's just dive into our top 10 list of the most expensive fish ever sold. And just a note here, the prices mentioned are the highest individual fee paid for a single fish. Number 10. Neptune Grouper, sold for $6,000 per fish. We start our list with one of the most enigmatic fish on the market. The Neptune grouper's natural habitat is the depths of the Pacific Ocean, and by depths, we really mean deep. The Neptune grouper is accustomed to living between 90 and 400 meters underwater. This is the main reason that it's been sold for as much as $6,000 before. Since the fish naturally lives so deep in the ocean, its body is used to the high level of pressure experienced. Taking the fish out of this environment will kill it. As a result, the only way of getting a live Neptune grouper into a fish tank in one's home is by using specially designed compression tanks to capture, transport, and house it. Conversely, a dead Neptune grouper will sell for less than $50 and can often appear in Japanese street food as a tasty treat. Keeping a Neptune grouper as a pet requires an incredible amount of dedication as well as innumerable wealth. Number 9. Clarion Angelfish, sold for $7,000 per fish. This beautiful orange and brown fish is native to Mexico. Almost its entire wild population can be found around the Revillagigedo Islands. They do not migrate and swim very slowly. As a result, they've been overfished by local fishermen, hoping to make a quick buck for the last few decades. Now their numbers have depleted to dangerously low levels, and regulations have come into place to protect them. It's now completely illegal to catch any Clarion angelfish from their natural habitat. As a result, only those that are already in circulation on the buyer's market are legally available for purchase. It's estimated there are less than 1,000 of them in aquariums around the world. In such a way, the Clarion angelfish rarely comes onto the market anymore, and the last time it did, it sold almost instantly for $7,000. If you're lucky enough to acquire one, then they are relatively easy to look after for. Their diet doesn't have any specific requirements, and as they are not migratory fish, the tank only needs to be set at the one temperature all year round. Nonetheless, a healthy Clarion angelfish has become a huge asset in recent times. Number 8. Golden Basslet, sold for $8,000 per fish. In 2015, Koji Wada of Blue Harbor acquired an extremely rare juvenile golden basslet for $8,000, making it one of the most expensive fish in the world. Like the Neptune grouper, it can only be found at incredible depths. Native to the Indo-Pacific Ocean, this gorgeous swimmer has only been on the market since 2011. It was first discovered by marine biologist and explorer Poe in 1860. Since then, it's confused biologists who have found it difficult to classify its species correctly because so few of them have ever been caught. The fish itself is literally stunning in appearance. Some have described it as the ultimate goldfish. And unlike those poor goldfish you might win at some sketchy carnival, the golden basslet's scales are so bright they can actually harm your retina. While we all know not to stare directly at the sun for a long period of time, the same rule, however, applies to this extraordinary fish. Number 7. Bluefin Basslet, sold for $11,000 per fish. This is the smallest fish on our list at just 3/4 of an inch in length. That means that pound for pound, this is easily the most expensive fish in the world. The record sale price for a bluefin basslet was set in 2015 by a private buyer who commissioned AquaTouch to catch one for him. There have been no more than 20 private sales of bluefin basslets in recorded history, and when a collector wishes to purchase one, he must employ a company like AquaTouch to go out and find one. The process of actually catching one is incredibly difficult and time-consuming, which helps to justify an astronomical price tag. Needless to say, one would really need an inextinguishable passion for collecting rare fish to get one of these into their private aquarium. Like other fish on this list, it requires deep-sea divers to use special compression units in order to capture one alive and bring it safely back up to the surface. Number 6. Masked Angelfish, sold for $20,000 per fish. The masked angelfish is the least colorful out of all of the fish on this list, but certainly not the dullest. Its monochrome black and white scales give it a minimalist, highly distinguished beauty. The face is covered in black, except for the white around the mouth. There's also one black stripe on the tail. Native to the warm tropical oceans that surround the islands of Hawaii, the masked angelfish is rare beyond belief. The masked angelfish is also special because it's a protogynous hermaphrodite, which means it starts life as a female but transforms into a male when it gets older. And Aluxers, here we stand at the halfway point in this luxury aquatic list. If you like this video, then you might also want to check out some of our other top 10 countdowns, like the top 10 most expensive Supreme products ever sold. That's highly recommended. Check it out by clicking in the top right corner. Number 5. Peppermint Angelfish, sold for $30,000 per fish. The most expensive peppermint angelfish currently resides in Waikiki Aquarium in Hawaii. The owners of the aquarium paid $30,000 for it back in 2009 because it was believed to be the rarest species of angelfish on the planet. However, more have been found in the eastern Pacific around the Cook Islands since then. This has driven the price down to the region of $19,000. Nevertheless, the Waikiki Aquarium angelfish still holds the 5th spot of the most expensive fish ever purchased. If a fish could have an attitude, this one would probably balk at its cheaper relatives. The peppermint angelfish generally lives in the depths between 50 and 120 meters and spends most of its time hiding from predators in the reef. Number 4. Xingu River ray, sold for $100,000 per fish. This is the only freshwater fish on this list. Popularly known as the polka dot stingray, this fish is not to be confused with the avant-garde Japanese punk band. Rather, the special stingray is one of the rarest and most highly sought-after specimens for any collector of water-dwelling species in the world. Native to the Xingu River in Brazil, this stingray patrols the river basin for snails and other invertebrates. During the day, it will hide by burying itself in the sand. It has 360-degree vision that can see in the darkest depths of the deepest rivers. As a result, it becomes a deadly, stealthy night hunter. In 2014, the Vancouver Aquarium paid just over $100,000 to have the honor of housing the largest one ever found. The high price tag is owed to its rarity, as well as the regulations placed on the transport of this species for commercial purposes. Furthermore, they are not the easiest of the fish to feed and keep healthy within a tank because they have very high metabolisms and need a lot of room to move around. Number 3. Platinum Arowana, sold for $400,000 per fish. Amongst fish lovers, the Arowana family is renowned for their incredible beauty and distinct coloration. The platinum arowana is the most coveted of all arowana species. There are less than 20 of these owned around the world. They are so rare because their platinum color is actually the result of a recent genetic mutation. Furthermore, it is absolutely prohibited to try and fish any more of these out of the ocean. Those that are currently housed in public or private aquariums must be sold with a certificate, and all of them have been inserted with a special microchip to ensure authenticity. They will grow to 3 feet in length and have been linked to samurai swords and appearances. Asian culture has been captivated by the majestic nature of this fish, and it's said to bring good luck to all those who lay eyes on it. Fish expositions around Japan, China, and Indonesia will have a platinum arowana as the centerpiece of any collection. Strangely enough, audiences have even paid to watch cosmetic surgeries of platinum arowanas, such as eye lifts. Number 2. 222 kilogram bluefin tuna, sold for $1.8 million per fish. In January 2013, a representative from one of Tokyo's most famous sushi restaurant chains attended the Tsukiji market to enter into a bidding war for one of the largest bluefin tunas ever caught. This is the only fish on this list to be sold dead with the purpose of being eaten by the wealthiest members of Tokyo's high society. More of a publicity stunt than any type of sensible investment, this purchase hit headlines and shocked many people. The buyer was Kiyoshi Kimura, the owner of Zanmai sushi chain, which claimed to be the first ever 24-hour, 7-day-a-week, 365-day-a-year sushi restaurant in the world. Each tiny slice of sashimi from this colossal fish cost about $24. Number 1. Red and white koi carp, sold for $2 million per fish. Asian culture surrounding koi carp is a lot more like the breeding market for pedigree dogs. Koi carps are coveted animals that differ in value depending on the purity of their genes and the careful nature in which they are bred. On October 3, 2018, a Taiwanese woman decided to buy a meter-long koi carp for an incredible $2 million. The fish had been bred and reared by Saki Fish Farm in Hiroshima and gained attention amongst koi carp collectors for its perfect, unblemished red and white scales, as well as its large size. This particular koi carp comes from the Kohaku variety, which is renowned as the pedigree genus. It can live for up to 25 years and will be able to produce around 5,000 pedigree offspring in that time. In such a way, unlike many of these other fish on the list, purchasing this koi carp is seen to be very much an investment. And Aluxers, there you have it, the top 10 most expensive fish in the world. And because we're always curious, here's a question for you. If money was no object, what would an aquarium in your home look like? Thanks for watching with us all the way to the end, Aluxers. Of course, you know that warrants you a bonus fact. Here it is. In 2016, Japan exported a record amount of koi carp. It sold over 295 tons to foreign buyers, which bolstered the Japanese economy by around $40 million. Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxer. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. If you want more, we handpicked these videos you might enjoy, or head over to Alux.com for the best in fine living content on the planet. Be a part of the largest community of luxury enthusiasts in the world and tell your story.